What's good, YouTube? We're here with the one and the only Meh of PigandMeh. And just like how the name goes his YouTube channel, he came in second place. We are at Action Sports today, and in the World Championship or World Celebration Tournament, playing off for the envelope, he got second today. He won store credit. He did all this with the best deck in the world for him. It was, oh Lord. Why'd I do this? Why'd I try? Salad? Are we really? Yes, we are doing salad deck profile. Alright, Meh, let's get into this.
Yeah, seasons come, seasons go. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And I decided to play Salamangreat because I had no idea what to play going into this. The only thing I have to test on is Master Duel, and this is all I have in there. Yeah.
Well, you've been playing Salad for a very long time.
It got me back into the game when the structure decks came out. And yeah, because it's a fire deck. So, start this out. 3 Gazelle, because it's at 3. Just the 1 Foxy as a resource. Weasel, because he's like the best card. 2 copies of Spinny, because your level 3 access is really important, but this card isn't completely necessary at all times. Kind of sucks to just draw it and not anything else, but when you pair it with most of this, it's really good. I also used its 500 boost to hit over a Millennium Shield. This card is phenomenal. You could play multiple, but I usually found that the one did most of the job. It immediately locks you into only being able to special fire monsters for the rest of the turn, so it does nothing, actually. Yeah. So yeah, this card's great. I checked in 1 copy of Mirror. So this is when it gets added, it specials itself, and part of the reason I played it is because I was testing for Worlds List, which we didn't play Worlds List. Instead we played Current List, and I was too lazy to dig out the Speedroid package, which I like that one a lot, but I found that just having this as an add and special, or just normal special and get going, was a little bit more beneficial. Also, you can just side it out. It's pretty easy. 1 Jacques. Never going to not play this card because it's my favorite send off of Gazelle. And then the other best card in the whole deck is 1 copy of Code of Soul. It's absolutely necessary for the combo because it gives you an extra link.
Yeah, it's Soul Burner for the deck.
And it's a level 3 extender. Now on to my very extensive lineup of hand traps.
Very extensive.
3 copies of Mole Charmy. The irony is I did nothing with this, but this deck did everything against me. The 2 matches I did lose, they threw this out on me and I couldn't play hardly. 1 game I said screw it and just let him draw 100 cards, and one of them was a Dogwood, and then he just kept going even more, and I was like, I don't care. I was going to lose anyway, so I was going to lose in style. And against an Exodia deck, he played 2 of these on me at once. I was like, okay, screw it, just keep drawing 2 cards.
Yeah.
So, you need to play it as a cross-out target, because they use this on you, you're screwed. But it coincidentally did nothing for me, which is funny. 3 of the best end board piece for Salamangreat.
Rest in peace, Apo.
Yeah, I went against Dragon Ruler. It was 60-card Dragon Ruler, Armed Dragon, Grass deck.
That was Paul, wasn't it?
And I put a 9,000 attack Nib token on his board, stole it with Talons, and hit him for game with it. Yeah.
You a man. Jesus.
Yeah. This card that can be added from your graveyard to your hand by Sunlight Wolf. You can special it with Horse Prince, and you can use it to make Horse Prince. Oh, and I guess it has a neat hand effect that it can stop stuff. 2 of this card for Tempai. 2 of this card for Tempai. They play around this one better than they play around this one. That's it.
Them drills still while you beat me, though. I hate you.
1 copy of Effect Veiler as a cross-out target. Except 1 game where I used it.
I hate you.
I think on an
No, it was me.
Exodia.
It was me.
Oh, yeah.
You got the one of you. Just that profile's over, guys. I don't want to talk no more. No, I'm kidding. Come on.
Spell cards. The 1 Sanctuary, the 1 Call of the Haunted times like 4.
Oh, yeah.
3 copies of Circle. This is what you need for the most part. I can show you in the side deck some other things that I sided. But yeah, just kept it short with the ones that did the most stuff. One copy of Triple Tactical Talents. Okay, so as a player, I always just play one of this card, because every time I try to play multiples, it never does anything. That's it.
Player preference.
And I also use the room for other cards. So I was assuming hand traps were a thing, and since I get fire locked pretty easy, I just wanted to have an absolute definitive out to Nib, and I guess now Mulch Army. But mostly Nibiru. Now for traps, I will always play the Rage, and you 100% always will play the Roar. This is kind of your main deck out to a lot of weird, like, floodgatey cards. And this is usually what I like to search because it just applies pressure. And then lastly, 3 Imperm because it's the actual best hand trap in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's literally a hand trap. Alright, so that's the main deck. I think it even 40 cards.
I noticed your whole deck was damn near common.
Yeah, so 2 bits of life advice. Minimum rarity, shittiest sleeves possible. Also, as much as I like this deck, for some reason wanted to just play it at the most minimum rarity too.
Because no one wants to top a tournament with a $5 deck. I mean, yeah. Pokemon can do it, we can do it too.
Also, if you have gotten enough Duelist Packs of Fire, you get tired of seeing this bulk. So you might as well put it to use.
Yeah.
I think that's actually what happened with this Common Core. I think like I got a box of that set for like a birthday randomly a while back, and I was like, I'm gonna use these worthless cards I pulled. So yeah, you got the boy Soulburner for Nib. All right, for the extra, it's 2 copies of Balinx, 2 copies of Sunlight Wolf. You have to play this, but at the same time, you probably don't actually have to play this. I know, weird to say, but for some reason or another, I don't summon him like as much as you did in versions past. Hida, because Ash Blossom's a popular hand trap. Nightmare Phoenix, because it's a fire. Hold on, I'm going to get to this card in a second, because I'm going to show you every card I actually summon all the time. This card, which you could probably get away with playing 2 of, she should not exist or be legal. But since she is, I'm going to play her. 2 copies of the best card in the whole deck. You could play 3. I don't own 3. I do own these. And I usually will end on these 2 to then use the Code of Soul to pop their field on their turn. And this one's in Spanish.
Nice.
It's the only fancy card in the whole deck. This boy, because you only need one. This card, because if you know, you know. If you don't know, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so you only actually really need these 13 cards. So there was like 2 extra slots at all time. On Master Duel, I think one of the cards I use is like an SP Little Knight, but I don't own that in real life. And the other card is the card I actually summoned today, and it's this whore. I had to use her, a Sunlight Wolf, and like some other thing to get out a Millennium Shield.
What the hell?
So, and I play her because there's always the, like, you can't out that monster. And then the last card doesn't matter, but it was this card, which theoretically you could do, but it's also a dark, so then it's instantly bestial food. But yeah, I just had 2 extra slots. So if you're playing this yourself at home, play better cards. Except Underwood. Alright, now onto the sideboard. Show off the... They're theoretically really good, so play them. You need all 3 of them? I don't know. If it was the World's Tournament, they're all at 1 anyways, so it doesn't matter. The 3rd Drone Lockbird, because sometimes you may need it.
I'm still mad that you decided just the 1, and then it came up in your top cut match.
Okay, so I had 14 cards in my side deck. And I needed a 15th, and I was going through, and I found this. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. And then I happen to go against 2 Exodia decks, and they play this card. And the guy goes, Ghost Mourner, and I go cross out, and he's like, you do not fucking play that. And then I showed that.
I can't.
And he just looked at me, it's like, this guy. You really? And then his friend was like, this guy's the Exodia killer.
Well, that's right. You beat the cousins today, didn't you?
I beat 2 Exodia.
I'm probably.
That was the longest game.
This card's neat. I think against the Dragon Ruler guy, I went up to 20,000 life points with this.
I do not play right.
So, god damn, you saw the one against Jerry Wood. Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell him.
I won my first.
This is another option I always wanted to have on hand. It's a really neat card because it can kind of, if they nib your board, you could use this to at least get, like if you end on Raging and Pyro, and they nib you, you can play this to bring back the Pyro, so long as your field spell is still there and your Code of Souls engraved, you could still wipe their field.
Oh, that was a lot.
That's a hell of a side.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly okay card. But, yeah. Do this to steal an Exodia. Did I? No, but it's funny.
Good god.
The back row hate, because it felt necessary, and this is okay against Runic. Which, oh hey, what a surprise, we played against that today. 2 copies of D-Barrier. I just had the 2 commons and decided to play them. And also, I wasn't 100% sure how good it was, so I kind of wanted enough to see it but not brick on it. And then the last 2 cards with 2 floodgates that this deck can play. Just lock people out. Although, yeah, let's lock Tempai under Fire Dragon, because that's totally going to always work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to play, at least have my side deck with 2 floodgates that just blow out other decks.
So, essentially, meh, Sam, you came here and we're totally ready to go X2
X3
drop, X3 drop. But you went, technically X2, you went X1 in Swiss, and then you lost in the finals for the envelope.
Yeah, I got very 2-0'd by Tempai. But that was, I could say he drew better, but I could also just say that, like, it could also be a poor matchup, and certain main deck choices didn't do anything game 1. Game 2, he just kind of steamrolled me.
It happens, especially with that deck. But anyway, sir, do you have any shout-outs?
Action Sports Games for hosting this wonderful Worlds tournament. Ant-Man816 for the deck profile. My beautiful wife for tolerating with me being out here for hours on end.
Gotta thank the wives for that. Speaking of which, I gotta get home to mine, so until next time, YouTube, man, thank you for the deck profile.
Second place, meh, PigandMeh. Last bit of life advice, play commons and shitty sleeps.
On that note, there's always need to make YouTube deuces.